Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital and welcome to your daily update, your morning update on Plasma or XPL. We're back again. We're going to do a full update right here on the fundamentals briefly, but more so on the technicals. There's quite a lot of things I think we need to talk about regarding the technicals. And I have honestly turned slightly more bearish, which I'll talk to you about in this video, of course. Yesterday, I already told you that, I think it's likely that we're going to form a bottom here, but I'm not that sure that I'm going to put money on the line. So in my opinion, that was already a bearish development from the day before, because the day before I did put money on the line, right? XPL I bought on Wednesday. Wednesday morning, I bought XPL. I made a decent profit of about 12 or 15% or something like that. No, I think it's like 10 or 12 on the total position size. So that was good. But then XPL dropped down to the same level, and that's this level right here, around 90 cents. That seems to be the strong, 85, 90 cents even at this point of time. That seems to be the main level that held up the best. But at that level yesterday, I did not want to buy anymore. And the fact is that I think the reaction to that level we've had so far and the price development from that has been quite bearish, but we'll talk about that. Fundamentally, I still think Plasma is a great project. I still am a buyer for this. I'm definitely not shorting this. I think we are, I'm not going to find it like that. I think we're much closer to a strong, so the bottom, not even a local bottom, but the bottom. I think we're closer to that than the top. Fundamentally, by the way, Plasma has seen a bit of a decline, but ultimately, I mean, gaining in a matter of a week, gaining a TVL of about $5.6 billion. It's hard to be bearish on that, honestly. And I very much like what they're doing. But the thing is that, like I said, I mean, the strength that we're getting from this support is not good enough. And for those of you who follow me on X, what I said this morning on X is that for me, the main level I'm looking at right now for a potential entry is all the way down here between 75 and 70 cents. It's a well-respected level, as you can see. We also had the point of control of that initial move on Thursday last week. And it's a bit of a psychological level. So that's the area where I would buy XPL again. But at this point of time, I mean, like I said, we're holding 90 and 85 cents relatively well, but we are also still on the 1 hour time frame, which is, it's quite significant if that happens. But on the 1 hour time frame, we're still respecting the uptrend. And it's not difficult to invalidate a 1 hour time frame uptrend. But if XPL is unable to do that, I mean, just imagine how it reacts to the 4 hour downtrend. And in general, if you look at the volume right here, like one of the key things that we actually did see when we found a bottom on Wednesday is some sort of divergences or some sort of high volume coming from the bottom. At this point of time, that's also not the truth. I mean, yesterday with the, this wasn't actually yesterday. Let me take a look at the 1 hour time frame. You can see that the RSI actually, it was still making higher lows here, so it's definitely not bad, but it's no longer a bullish divergence, and the reaction in general, in my opinion, is weak. So that's why, can we actually hold this level for a bit longer? I would say yes, but ultimately I think it's when we're talking like ultimately XPL is right now between 0.85 and $1.02. That's the main area that we are in between right now. And if I would have to tell you that it's more likely that we're going to pull back or break out, so a breakout or a breakdown, at this point of time, I would say a breakdown. And what comes, what also adds confluence to that is that I think it's quite likely that Bitcoin is going to pull back relatively soon. So today, tomorrow, into Monday, something like that. And that will have a bearish effect on XPL as well, especially if it has no momentum of its own. And its momentum, I mean, it has momentum of its own, or at least it's not that correlated to Bitcoin, but the volume is decreasing, the leverage, the open interest is decreasing. So there's not a lot of, momentum, albeit that it's uncorrelated. So those are my thoughts. Hopefully that made sense. I have a bit of a feeling that that I was rambling a little bit during this video, but hopefully it still makes sense. It makes sense to me at least. So if you do have any questions, ask me down in the comments, or better yet, join the Telegram, join the Discord, and you will get an answer guaranteed. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. Thank you for watching, everybody. Take care, and bye.